The lesson you wish you'd learned sooner is not buried in some ancient scroll. It's hidden in every restless night you spend wondering why you feel so empty when you've done everything right, checked every box, and yet the man in the mirror still looks like a stranger weighed down by invisible chains. You grow up believing that strength means silence, that real men shoulder it all without complaint, that suffering is the currency you pay to earn your worth in this world. But the truth is, the world never sends you a receipt for that transaction. You keep paying and paying until you wake up one day and realize the cost was your youth, your health, your peace of mind. The Stoics would stand beside you in that moment of bitter realization and simply remind you, the only thing you ever needed to master was yourself. Everything else is borrowed, fragile, fleeting. You may believe you can bend reality to your will, but how many storms have to knock you flat before you see that the only fortress you truly possess is within your own mind? Think of how many years you've wasted clinging to things that never belonged to you. The loyalty of a lover who stopped loving you long ago, the admiration of colleagues who secretly plot your downfall. The fragile sense of self-worth built on titles, bank accounts, or the nods of people who'll forget your name the moment you falter. How many times did you rage at what you couldn't change instead of tending to what you could? Your thoughts, your reactions, your discipline. Epictetus said you are disturbed not by events, but by your judgment about them. Yet you carry the illusion that if you could just fix everything around you, you'd finally feel free. But freedom is not handed down to you by fortune. It's carved out of your daily choices. You want to be unshakable? Stop trying to build walls around a world that shifts like sand. Build walls within, where no one can trespass without your consent. And yes, you've made mistakes. You chose wrong partners, wasted years proving yourself to people who never deserved your loyalty, buried your soul under ambition until the days blurred together. But so what? Regret is a liar if it doesn't teach you to stand up differently. Seneca wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Yet look at you, torturing yourself with what-if scenarios, like an old man mumbling to ghosts that can't hear him. Life is not a courtroom where you defend every bad decision. It's a battlefield where you stand guard over your mind. When you grasp that no one owes you anything, not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, you stop draining your spirit waiting for debts that will never be repaid. You rise from that, lighter and clearer than ever before, because the man who expects nothing from others is the man no one can enslave. But it won't come to you through wishful thinking. It demands discipline, that iron virtue you keep postponing until someday, while every day your potential slips away in petty indulgences and distractions. You can't be a Stoic in theory while you indulge every fleeting desire. You must practice the art of restraint, not as punishment, but as liberation. You think a man who can't say no to temptation is free? He's a slave to every impulse, every praise, every craving. True power is the freedom to choose your reaction when life spits in your face. To hold your ground when the world mocks your calmness. Your simplicity, your refusal to play their frantic games. You don't have to reject success or wealth, but they must serve you, not own you. That watch on your wrist, that car in your garage, that title on your door, none of it can guard you against the void that opens inside when you neglect your own soul. So, what's left when the applause fades? If the answer is nothing but a restless mind and a weak spirit, then you have your real work cut out for you. The older you get, the more you realize that letting go is not defeat. It's the only way to walk unburdened through life's storms. You let go of illusions that people will never betray you. You let go of the idea that your worth is measured by things you could lose overnight. You let go of the poison that resentment drips into your veins. And in that empty space, something miraculous happens. You stand alone, yes, but no longer lonely, because you've become your own companion, your own fortress. The flame the Stoics speak of, the inner fire that no storm can extinguish, it's lit by the discipline to face your darkest corners without flinching. It's fueled by the courage to walk away from what enslaves you. And it's protected by your unwavering refusal to surrender your peace to things beyond your reach. So, ask yourself now, will you learn this lesson when your back is bent and your regrets pile high like unpaid debts? Or will you begin now, while your hands are still steady enough to build a mind that cannot be shaken by fate's cruelty? This is your invitation to become the man you were meant to be, not because the world applauds him, but because he is at peace in an indifferent universe. Master your mind, discipline your desires, expect nothing, appreciate everything, and watch how the world, though unchanged, loses its power to wound you. For the Stoic warrior is not the man who never feels pain, he is the man who never lets pain decide who he will become. And that, my friend, is the only lesson worth learning before it's too late.